They thought their dog was hurt when they got home and saw blood all over, but they were wrong. This dog here isn't a joke. The Murrin family recently came back to their home in Virginia, and they met a completely horrific scene. Their home looked like something out of a horror movie. The walls were covered in blood, the carpet had bloodstains all over it, and there was even a little bit of blood on the ceiling as well. Clearly there was some bad thing that had happened at their home while they were away, and the only member of their family that was around was Odin, their German Shepherd. Trista Murrin was the first person in the family to walk through the door after they came back from their day trip. While there was nothing wrong at first, they walked a bit into the home and saw the disaster. They began to panic as soon as they saw the blood, assuming that something horrible had already happened to Odin while they were away. Seconds later, he came out to give them a big lick and welcomed them home as if nothing had happened in the house. The relief that they felt was brief, as they still don't have an idea concerning where all the blood had come from. This amount of blood must have meant that there was some form of violent altercation. However, it was quite obvious that Odin was strong enough to scare off whoever or whatever must have invaded their home. Robbers have been regular occurrences in the local neighborhood for a while now, so locals had already been advised to always be on the lookout for anything or anyone suspicious. Apparently, the thieves believed that this house was going to be an easy conquest. Unfortunately for them, Odin was still home and was ready to take on any adversary. The actions of Odin actually shocked the Murrins because he was known to be a very calm and warm dog. He might be a large one, but he's usually a sweetheart. Now they're all happy to know that Odin has their back anytime. He plays with the kids. The cul-de-sac knows him, said Tristan. The community loves him. The kids come up to him and want to touch him and play with him. As soon as they saw the scene, they knew that Odin would have given the criminals at night. Nobody could lose that kind of blood without having to endure some serious damage. When I walked in with my mother and there were blood spots on the ground, I looked upstairs, and you see trails of blood coming from upstairs all the way down, he continued. The family was still terrified until they took a complete tour of the house. As soon as they verified that the house was free of robbers, they could finally take a seat and call the proper authorities. Whenever a criminal comes to rob a house, they're acknowledging the risks involved. This thief paid the price, and we can only hope that it spurred him to turn away from his deceitful ways. While there are a lot of ways to make it in the world we live in today, being criminal is definitely not one of the most recommended ways. The police are still investigating the case, and they also have asked anyone with valuable knowledge or investigation about the perpetrator to contact them immediately. They hope that by encouraging the family and media outlets to share the story, they can find out the guilty party and bring them to justice.